What's up guys, welcome back to Fancy Goldfish Fanatics. Today we are going to be pimping the new Eheim canister filter, so make sure you stay tuned to find out more. Hey Fanatics family, welcome back. As always, check out those links in the description and make sure you've checked out the Fancy Goldfish Fanatics website, link down below. So today you may have seen our new monster fish tank video, the video where I showed you all around it, and we had that big Eheim canister filter. So today we're going to be pimping it, getting it ready for the new setup. Now it's not going to be used probably for a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, but I want to get it all set up, ready, and all of the media in it. I want to break it down, show you all the internal parts of that specific Eheim professional filter, and also I just got some Biohome. So I actually got 5 kilos, so 5 kilos of the Biohome Ultimate Filter Media. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be unbagging this, getting it all out into the trays. We're going to be adding some filter sponges to that as well, and I'm just going to be showing you how it all goes together. So basically it's just another Pimp My Filter episode. So we've got the Biohome Ultimate here, so now I'm just going to go and take this out of the bag, wash it all down and get it ready for the filter. So see you in a minute.
A few moments later.
So I've just got the Eheim professional filter right next to me, and you can see, hopefully you can see how big it really is. I'm just going to lift up on camera for you, and you can see the monstrous size of this filter. I've just put it next to the All Pond Solutions canister filter, and you can really see the size. If I just take the camera, look at the size difference. So this is much taller and much wider. Just look on top at the difference in size of those. I don't think this holds much more media, but it is a lot bigger, so hopefully we will be able to get a lot of media in this filter. First up, I'm just going to remove the lid, and you can see that on this lid it's got an absolutely huge priming button as well. You can just see just here an absolutely huge priming button. We've also got an LCD screen. This is to control the heating element. I'm not sure the heating element works in this, as if you've watched my previous videos you'll know I picked this up second hand. And then inside we've got the first layer, which is a coarse sponge. So the water comes in from 2 inlets and it goes down into this first tray, and then the water gets pushed around this first tray, and it's got these little baffles in here to stop the water tracking through. Then the water gets dispersed, rises up through the sponge, and then goes over this overflow just here down to the bottom of the canister. The water then passes all the way down to the bottom, and it will slowly come up through these trays, which I'm just going to remove now. So in this tray looks like we've got some potentially Eheim mech, I believe that's what it might be called, I'm not too sure, but this is the media that just came with the filter. So we've got all of that, and we're actually going to empty this out, and we're going to be putting Biohome in it. So I'll take that out, and then we've also got another tray just here which is full of ceramic noodles. So we're going to remove those as well, because these aren't really that porous. They're quite a low quality ceramic noodles, so I'm going to remove those as well. And then you can just see hopefully you can see in the bottom of the filter here, so the water goes over all the way down to the bottom, gets swelled around in the bottom, and then it will rise up through those media trays basically. So we're going to take the first tray, the bottom tray, and that is actually going to house our sponge filters, which will do all of the mechanical filtration. Now we do have that coarse sponge in the top, then the water will go down through this. We're going to have a coarse, a medium and a fine sponge, and then potentially some filter fleece to cap it off on top. I'm going to cut the sponges to size, and I'm going to do that in a little bit, but I'm just going to see how much Biohome we can get into each tray. So that will be the first tray. Then the second tray is this one, and I'm actually just going to remove all of this media, and we're going to put some Biohome in that one. So I've just removed all of that bio media just from that one tray, so it actually fit quite a lot of media in there. And now we've got our empty tray, so next job is to fill this with Biohome. Just move the canister just out of shot for the moment, just so we got a bit more space. I'm just putting a tray liner down so don't get dusty Biohome all over the carpet. So we've got our Biohome here. I'm just going to stack it into this first tray, or second tray, sorry, and we're going to see how much we can get in, and then I'm going to repeat that process for the third tray, and hopefully we'll be able to get the majority of this Biohome in, and it will do a much better job than that other media that was with this filter. So there we have it, managed to get all that Biohome stacked into here. I'm not sure how much this is, I probably should weigh it, but I estimate it's probably around 2 kilos of the Biohome Ultimate. I actually meant to order the Mini Ultimate, but unfortunately I ordered the Standard Ultimate instead. But it'll be good to try it out in comparison to the small Ultimate that I've got in this canister filter. So that's going to be really interesting. But that was, I believe, around 2 kilos into that one tray. And we've also got another tray that I need to convert as well. So I'm going to get onto that. Also get those filter foams cut up, and I will show you that in just a sec.
One eternity later.
Unfortunately, the filter sponges never arrived, but just to give you an example, they are 11 inches wide and 17 inches long, and you can just get them on eBay. They look exactly like this just here, and I was just going to cut them to size, so I just cut them to size of the basket, just like this, and I'd have the coarse at the bottom, the medium, and then the fine, and you could even cap it off with some filter fleece on top of that. So just to recap, the water enters the Eheim filter through these 2 nozzles or 2 holes here. It gets dispersed around this top plate, rises up through the coarse media, or the coarse sponge I should say, and then it goes down through this hole just here, and then all the way into the bottom of the filter. Once it's entered into the bottom of the filter, it will go through that first tray, which I said I'm going to put the sponges in, and I will just show you that now. So if I remove the other 2 big trays, we will just have that bottom tray right here, and that will have those 3, if not 4, with the filter fleece mechanical filtration. So that was really all you will need to clean when you clean this filter, and it makes it really easy because this filter is actually on wheels. Let me just lift it up for you. So you can see it's actually on wheels, so you can actually just wheel it along, which is really good because as you know, or maybe you know, the FX6s and FX4s can get really, really heavy and really hard to move. I know they've got that drain plug at the bottom, which is really useful, but if you've got a vinyl or laminate flooring, these Eheims are going to be really easy to move around and get them to maybe your nearby sink or your cleaning station, whatever you've got. So after we've got that first mechanical tray in, then as we saw, we've got the Biohome. So we've got the big tray of Biohome just here, and that goes in next. And then the rest of that Biohome is actually in those 2 dual bioflows at the back of the tank. So that is going to go into this tray, as I said, and I'm going to remove all of this ceramic media from here. So we have approximately 5 to 6 kilos of Biohome Ultimate media within this filter, which I think is pretty good, and that is going to sustain quite a large community tank or really large goldfish tank. I would be quite comfortable putting, I'd say, around 12 to 15 fancies in a tank with this big Eheim Pro on, because it really does do a good job and it really can hold a lot of media. And as you saw, it is absolutely huge compared to this All Pond Solutions EFX 2000 filter, and it can hold more media, which is really good, and it was good to compare the 2, so that's good to know. And I actually prefer this to an FX6. It's nice and easy to take that lid off and unclip, and if you've got the one with the heater module, then even better. You don't need any heaters in your tank, and you can keep it nice and slimline and nice and good looking, really, and obviously the fish aren't at risk of getting burnt by that heater. So that's really my modification and setup of the Eheim Pro Series filters. Great filters. I'm not going to do a review on them just yet. I'm actually going to set this one up very soon, and I'm going to leave it running for a few months, maybe a month, and see how it copes, see how it does, and then I will do a review video on that. I hope you found that helpful, and as always, that is really my major pimping stage of those kind of canister filters. It is getting that mechanical layer in the bottom and then just stacking it all up with biological media, and my preferred media is Biohome. So thank you for watching. Make sure you stay tuned for the next video because it's going to be a really, really exciting one. Keep those water changes up and happy fish keeping.